Hi there, this is Joanna, and today, this time, it will be about how I'm getting inspired to write. Here are some impressions from my last trip, some photos and videos, and I invite you for a little journey with me through three countries, Lebanon, Israel, and Kuwait, sharing how I'm getting triggered to create. After that, I will have for you a little practice tips about how to tap into the energy of the place. I will lead you through it, and you can do that from any place while your trip, perhaps through your vacation. Somewhere there on the way, I will mention a few tips for those who are not so easy to travel and have some challenges to it. Yeah. All right, let's get to it. Greetings from Lebanon, traveling author, getting some more materials for the books. So here is a little bit from the environment all around me. The ruins of Tyre. This is our second trip. Yesterday we visited the city, ruins actually of the city Anjar. And as me always, besides taking some pictures and walking through the place, I like to feel the place more. So I sit sometimes and taking a few minutes, you can do it too, to feel and imagine how this place was looking like, how people were there. Some of these places have enormous power, make you feel energized, make you feel some qualities within your body. So I really recommend that. This is my way of sightseeing. And of course, this is also the way I'm gathering materials for my book, so I can feel it better when I'm describing my characters. I previously thought it was cemetery here only in the Tyre, but we have a Roman bath right here. Welcome in port city of Tyre.
Germany mission for 5 years, the memo. And look from here, behind the big two towers, look the steps on top. Can you see the steps? Yes. The ceiling was made to the roof.
This last ruins you saw, it was a Baalbek temple, and it had many temples inside of it, so Baal, Jupiter, goddesses, and it was very impressive. We were very lucky with guides, so George accompanied us everywhere, and he actually believed that some of these temples were built by titans, and he believed in their existence. And he asked me if I could feel the place and if I'm sensitive like that. So I told him I could potentially feel it. I need some minutes for it. It was terribly raining, by the way, this time. But I took my time with one of the columns, and I sensed sort of solidity, of course, probably because of the column. And I felt like there was a lot of battles about this place and envy place for many people. If they couldn't have it, they would rather destroy it. It was feeling very powerful, like sort of magic was involved there. You could only imagine my own imagination of the author. It was probably very well protected, and not so many forces could get to it. It was hard to conquer, I believe. It was very interesting to sit there, I must admit. Considering the feeling part, I was very much drawn to this city. Ruins, of course, Anjar from 2000 years ago. And I found that also a spot that probably served as a temple. I could almost see a woman in a blue dress sitting there. And this part of the city was feeling very peaceful, kind of energetic. I would believe here that it was a place of power. I was there maybe for 10 minutes sitting and meditating, and it gave me some real strength to go on for the next hours of the sightseeing. If that place only would have a nice beach, that would be a nice place to live. We also saw two caves. In one, we could take some photos, the other not. In the Jeta Grotto, it wasn't unfortunately passable, and it was amazing. The first one, we had amazing guide Iman, really friendly, and she also brought us healing water, as so it is claimed there. This place had a spot where you can also make a wish, and you can leave a coin, and hopefully it will happen. The other cave, the Jeta Grotto, it had amazing quality for me personally. I could almost see like it was an ancient city turned into stone together with people just standing there, and their houses, their environment. I could even say that I saw like a spaceships above. This is where I had a very strong, inspiring impressions, and slight feeling of suffocation had something to do with it. There was not so much oxygen there. I will keep this material for my book, so I won't reveal too much. Just it felt amazing if somebody was telling me a story that happened such a long time ago, with connected a little bit like Sodom and Gomorrah from the Bible, and anything what people were feeling, how they were suffocating, being turned into stone. Really amazing story. The next video you will see impression of being like on the top of the Lebanon Christian fortress, and where Saint Mary was waiting for Jesus. This is the place where waiting lady, that is Saint Mary, was waiting for Jesus. This was a Christian fortress. All right, we are moving now to Israel. We started from the Mountain Olive and took a very long walk for hours, walking down, seeing all the places, temples, tombs, very nice park on the way, Christ Ascension place, Western Wall, of course, and everything you know already, probably from your own trips. And in all these places, there were so many tourists burning candles, praying, writing their intentions, and throwing them. I admit I did that too. I don't know, perhaps it was too many people to have such extraordinary experience on feelings, because I wasn't getting such extraordinary feelings as in Lebanon. I have just one video from here, Mountain of Temptation. I really like that monastery, so I wanted to record all the way up. I will let you see that in a moment. Close by, there was a city of Jericho, 10,000 years old. So yeah, I sat down there in the sun trying to feel something, and I sensed completely nothing. No impressions were coming. I rather felt bored, as if all the spirit was gone from there. I guess I perhaps was tired at that point. The next our stop was a Jordan River and getting a holy water like everybody else. And the color of that water was very specific. It was so many people stepping into it, and there were so many people there basically that also it didn't allow me to spend there a little bit more quiet moment. But I got my water, I guess. In more videos, you will also see Dead Sea, and it was really worth to swim in it, although it wasn't so easy. We also went to Bethlehem, and I must say that our guide made us a very good price for our souvenirs in the store. In Israel, if you don't know local people, it's really hard to get a good price. You basically have a feeling that everything is 4 times more expensive than it really is. We had an interesting moment with a taxi driver who wanted 80 shekels, and we asked we can go like another day for 40, and he said, all right, get in. But the time we got in, he said 80 again. Of course, I got upset, and he said, easy, it's Israel. Okay, 50. Okay, then 45. And this bargaining and trying to get a higher price continues till the probably last moment you are sitting in your taxi. So be ready for that. The view from Mountain of Temptation. And a very long walk to this Mountain of Temptation. Still walking to the top of a monastery. Let's say I finally arrived. Okay, looks like now I finally arrived. And now all the way back to the taxi. City, Jericho. My favorite spot, Dead Sea. Don't try to taste this water, of course. And when you try to swim, your legs goes really out. It's hard. Take a look for yourself. And the last stop, Kuwait. where you can get a really good price for really good products. Yeah, they have a wonderful shopping malls that I would love to go, but my legs refuse to walk all the way through at that point. All right, so while you're still watching Kuwait Impressions, I will talk about tapping into quality of the place chosen by you or whatever you travel to. And before I do that, I will mention some few distractions or challenges you may encounter along the way. So, depending on your personality, habits, structure, limitations, some of you may find it difficult to travel so intensely. Lack of sleep, different food, time change sometimes can influence your ability to perceive. Some of the factors you can avoid, some not. So, for example, lost luggage definitely doesn't up to you. But before you go anywhere, be very clear with yourself about your needs. So, what do you need every day that is necessary for you to feel comfortable and good? Make a list, and if possible, take these things with you. Additional remedies if you have any challenges, and if you don't use them even every day, can be very handy, like homeopathic arnica to dealing with a time change. They're also good for muscles. If you can use natural herbal teas or homeopathic products, but if not, take with you whatever you used in the past and you were not able to go on without it. Let's say you were in a crisis moment. So yes, painkillers, aspirin, whatever you think may help you. It's always better to have it with you, even if you don't use it, than not to. As much as I am against drugs, that sleeping pill may give you actually good night's sleep and readiness for sightseeing if you have an intensive schedule with other people or you are in the group. Other discomforts like bloody nose from traveling too much, flying actually due to the pressure in the cabin, will pass, so will the tiredness. Okay, so now for the guidelines about how to tap into energy of the place. Pick a spot that mostly draws your attention. Sit there if possible. If not, touch the wall, the floor, column, picture painting. The best way to connect and tap to its message is to start with self-awareness of your own breath, body posture, calming it down, and feeling the energy flow through your own body. And take some seconds if that, if not minutes. Now, there will be a time for sending. Ask the place to show you its mysteries, whatever you ask for. Perhaps you have a specific question. The more you can be specific, the better. And after that, there will be a time to receive. So be open for any impressions that are coming. Notice anything: feelings, images, sounds, smells, and also give yourself time with it. Now, I am very curious of your own findings, so if you like, please share with me under this video. And as you see, I'm not the best editor, so for the future, that editors are very welcome. And big thanks for those precious souls who organized the trip, sightseeing, and made it all possible to see in such a short time. You know who you are. And for everyone who is watching this, I hope you got inspired. Have a lovely day.